School, the final 12th District regular season game of 2023-24 season hits the Cougar Den as a rainy evening brings us inside as the Grayson County Lady Cougars take on the Lady Bears of Butler County, and the Cougar boys will take on the Bears. For the Lady Cougars, it's simple. A win, and they're the 1 seed. For the Bears of Butler County in Game 2, it's simple. Win, and they're the 1 seed. And a good evening and welcome here to the Cougar Den for this afternoon's coverage of Grayson County basketball on K105. Sam Borbley and Stephen Smith with you. And Stephen, this matchup here, Grayson County, Butler County, it might not quite have the lust of Grayson County, Edmondson County, but it's always good matchups.
Yeah, it is. I can remember back when I was a kid, the only thing Grayson County and Edmondson County had in common was neither one of us liked Butler County. And then I went to college with a girl that was from Butler County, and we always said the only thing we had in common is we didn't like Grayson County. So you take these three schools and you bring them together at any time. The rivalry is going to be hot. Tempers are going to flare, but it should be a fun night tonight.
Coming up on our locker room show, we'll introduce you to both teams, talk to the head coach, Mike McClintock, and give you the starting lineups. That comes up and more right here on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Grayson County and Butler County about ready to roll here from the Grayson County High School 12th District matchup between Grayson County and Butler County. Lady Bears 12-11, 3-2 in the 12th District. They've lost 3 straight games, but they've only played once since we saw them almost a week and a half ago, and that was Friday night in good old downtown Browntown. 43-40, they lose to Edmondson County. Carrie Ann Williams hit some clutch free throws down the stretch to push the Lady Cats to a victory of that. We'll talk more about what that means to the standings here in just a few minutes, but first off, the players that you'll need to know. Ava Wilson, the freshman, she is averaging 12 points and 9 rebounds per game. Anne-Marie Skaggs, the sophomore, 10.4, 5.5, and then you've got your backcourt of Leach and Willoughby. But for Stephen, I think to me the key is limiting Ava Wilson.
Yeah, I think it is. Just watching them, and now Sam already watched Ava for 3 years and have been able to see her progress through middle school, then coming on the scene in high school last year as an 8th grader, and has really stepped up as a freshman this year and really leading the team, which is odd for a true freshman to do that. But she's a load down there, and she does a really good job. Really impressed with her game at this point in her career.
Lady Cougars a win puts them to the number 1 seed. We'll tell you all about that coming up next, as this is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. and I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
Here's a simple truth about
105. Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Grayson County and Butler County about ready to roll. Lady Cougars 16-6, 4-1 in the 12th district. They have won 9 straight. They're looking to make it double digits today. I mean, that's important, but the most important part of this is that with a win, Lady Cougars will be the #1 seed in this month's 12th district tournament. They will be playing here 2 weeks from today if they win today against Whitesville Trinity. Now, if they lose, it'll cause a 3-way tie in those standings. So that means, Stephen, we're going to have to do some calculus. And how that happens is it'll have to go into RPI is how they'll break that tie. So it'll be a tie between Edmondson, Butler, and Grayson. And how that works is how your RPI is calculated is it takes your winning percentage, your opponent's winning percentage, and your opponent's winning percentage. So pretty much the long story short with the RPI is it benefits you to play tougher teams instead of playing teams just to necessarily get the win. So again, that's how it'll work. But Stephen, it's a simple win for Grayson County. They're the 1 seed, and we don't have to do calculus. And if I don't have to do math, let's do it, Lady Cougs.
I have to do math every day in my job. I did not bring my adding machine tonight.
Your abacus?
But if it comes down to the RPI thing and I need to break it out, I will. But like you said, hopefully the Lady Cougars take care of business tonight. I feel like being on our home floor and already beating them twice, it always scares me a little bit because you've heard that old saying, it's hard to beat a good team 3 times. But it doesn't say it's impossible to beat a good team 3 times. So I'm going to give the edge to the Lady Cougars tonight, and we'll see how it goes.
I can hear Travis Johnston right now. He says, my philosophy is just do what you did the first 2 times, and it'll probably work the 3rd time.
There you go.
Mike McClintock's head coach of the Lady Cougars, of the 9-game winning streak Lady Cougars. We'll take a break, talk to him, get his thoughts on the matchup after this. It's Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor. But I knew you were out there. And when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at BeTheMatch.org.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Some days are just better than others.
I think you should go talk to someone.
It's not that easy.
Have you been thinking about suicide? You can talk to me, Dad.
It's been a tough couple of months.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley now joined by Coach Mike McClintock from the Grayson County Lady Cougars. Coach, 9th straight win on Saturday against Nelson County. When you got the chance to go back and watch it, what worked?
Our defense I felt was really good, and we moved the ball the best we moved it all year.
9 straight wins. I mean, that just doesn't happen. It's longest stretch for Grayson County in almost 10 years since 2015 when it won 10 straight. What has been the key to success during this streak?
Just the way they're sharing the ball with each other, getting the ball the right places for us to score. Our inside play has gotten so much better, and I think that makes a big difference because the defense are having to get back on them a little bit, and that opens up our outside shots.
How do the little things, like going to practice or long bus rides or so on, become easier when you've won 9 games in a row?
Nobody's complaining. Nobody's complaining anyway that I hear. No, these kids they show up every day and work hard. I mean, they don't complain about the long bus rides. Practice has been going great. We've kind of shortened it down since we're getting closer in the season. Plus, we're playing so many games. So, and if I can find a time to give them a day off, I'm going to.
In the last week or so, you've made an adjustment on offense, putting Bree more on the inside to open up some passing lanes. What have you seen from that, and what have you liked?
I've really liked it, Sam, because she has a good basketball knowledge, IQ of where to get the ball. She turns and faces the basket. If they're going to lay off of her, she can shoot it. But she does a real good job of either kicking it down low or kicking it out for a 3.
Win today. It's 10 straight wins, but probably more importantly, it's the #1 seed in the 12th district. What's that mean?
It means a lot. The girls know about it. I mean, I haven't talked about, 10 in a row today. We've talked about the 1 seed. That's what we want. That's what we worked for. Back in early December, nobody thought we'd be in this position. And they've worked hard. And doing a great job of running the stuff we want to run on offense and defense. So it's a credit to the kids is what it is.
Butler County's post player, Ava Wilson, brings a different challenge than some other post players that you might see from around the region. How do you limit her?
Well, we're going to have to stay between her and the bucket. I think against Evanston, she stepped out and hit a couple of threes. So, we got to take that into, but we'll probably start Allie out on her, and Allie knows how to play defense.
What makes Allie such a good defender?
She stays active and she's physical, so that's big.
Physicality is one of the aspects that I wanted to talk to you about as well. Is Butler County's a very physical team, especially. How do you make sure that your team keeps the line of physicality without expanding upon that and taking it to the next step? And if it does get there, keeping your head in check.
We talk about that all the time. The second person is always the one that gets caught anyway. So we just take it, tell them, just play through it, take it, and just score. Outscore them, and no matter how physical they are.
They've got some talented guards as well. Leach can really step out and shoot the 3. She's not maybe the percentage-wise, but she can get hot. How do you limit them?
Well, we're going to have to know where she's at all the time. And the other girl, I can't think what her name is, Sam, but Willoughby, yes. We got to know where they are the whole time.
Their defense is physical, and it's kind of the run-and-jump style. How do you score and move the ball against that?
Well, we got to look up the floor, and whoever's coming to double, we hit that person that she was guarding and move it up the floor as quick as we can and get in transition.
That #1 seed is in sight. How do you get it done?
good defense, taking care of the ball, like you just said, and sharing the ball on the offensive end and hitting open shots.
Coach, good luck. More comes up in the locker room show after this.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
The governor has declared a state of emergency, and evacuation is now underway as the storm approaches. The National Weather Service has issued a warning as it monitors the storm. Move the following counties their fortune sequence.
Convoy of Hope is ready to help you prepare for the next storm. Visit convoy.org/prepare.
Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Grayson County Lady Cougars are about to take on Butler County. Very quick, we'll bring you the starting lineups for both of these teams. First, for the Lady Bears of Butler County, we'll bring this very quick for you. Addison Miller averaging 4 points, Ava Wilson averaging 12, Parker Willoughby averaging 5.6, Anne Marie Skaggs at 10.4, Taylor Leach at 9.6. Lineup for Grayson County, 8th grader Bree Jones, 9.5 points, Sydney Perkins, 15.2, Sut Van Meter, 8.1, Allie Jennings, 3.5, Isabel Blanton, 5.2. Grayson County, Butler County for the number 1 seed comes up next on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day. A movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Are you looking?
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors. In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Grayson County and Butler County about ready to roll. Steven, in about 30 seconds, Steven's strategies for game 1 of our doubleheader.
Number 1, Sam, I'm going to say we got to control the boards. Looking at Wilson and Skaggs, both averaging good rebounds. I know Miller had several rebounds the last game. I'm going to think that that's going to be the number 1 key for us. And the next thing, Sam, is just be tough. Looking back at district games, all of them have been a battle, and I think tonight won't be any exception.
Grayson County and Butler County's next on K105.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-833-8255 8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no...
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor.
As it is about time, Lady Cougars have won 9 straight games. And, Stephen, when you win 9 straight, everything feels a little better, doesn't it?
It's like we talked the other night, Sam. You learn how to win, and you get into some of those close games. You're able to persevere and come out with wins, maybe in games that you didn't think you would when you're on a streak like that. So hopefully we'll be able to make it double digits tonight.
More importantly, though, with a win today, the Lady Cougars are the #1 seed 2 weeks from today, taking on Whitesville Trinity right here at the Cougar Den. Again, the 12th District Tournament, all going to be here at Grayson County High School. All, I guess, what is that? 6 games will be played right here with the ultimate goal of getting to the world-famous Owensboro Sports Center and then Rupp Arena. The opening tip, it'll be Skaggs to jump against Jennings, and the opening tip is controlled by the Lady Bears of Butler County, who'll be working from left to right on the radio dial in the black jerseys with the blue numerals. Up top, Taylor Leach, deep 3 to open up, and it's good for Taylor Leach to open. Butler County does not shoot threes. 1.7 threes per game, 38 total threes made on the season. And immediately, Leach hits the early 3. And we're going to have over and back called. Allie Jennings did not wait for Van Meter to get across the line, and the official, James Richardson, right there on top of it. He's joined on the floor and on the whistles today by Jimmy O'Brien and Randy Chapman.
Sam, we didn't talk about it tonight, but we've had that consistency of starting out bad and them hitting a big 3, us getting a turnover. We can't have that tonight.
Up top, Miller for the Lady Bears. They enter with a record of 12-11. They've lost 3 straight games. Wilson saves the ball on the inside to Willoughby. She's double-teamed, feeds it back to Wilson. Leg up, missed on the interior. Wilson gets her own miss, and we're going to have a jump ball. The arrow will head towards Grayson County. 3-0, about 45 seconds into the first quarter of action here from Grayson County High School. Not what you want to see is an immediate offensive rebound for Wilson, who is a very talented rebounder.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Sam.
And now they throw it away off the backboard. Perkins is able to save it. Outlet pass then thrown away. Lady Cougars all sorts of out of sorts right now. This is Steven. I wouldn't be against a quick 30-second timeout here just to say, hey, we're good. I know you're only down 3-0, but I think that sometimes you just need to settle in. There's been a couple of uncharacteristic mistakes.
Early on, you can feel the momentum starting to build for Butler County, and you got to squash that as quick as you can.
On the inside, spinning around is Skaggs. Basket's good on the left side, and she's fouled. Spin move. Jones called for the foul, her first, team's first. And if you remember, Stephen, Butler County led 9-2 in that game in Morgantown. Mike McClintock took the 30-second timeout, back-to-back threes by Sutton Van Meter, and just like that, the Lady Cougars were in control from that point on. The free throw is missed by Skaggs, and Wilson is going to pick up an over and back foul, her first, team's first, and that is a huge first foul for Butler County.
Yeah, I saw that. I was kind of focused right there on the ball coming off, and she did. It was a good call right over the back right there, so that's good for the Lady Cougars if she were to get in foul trouble.
Van Meter outlet to Blanson, swings it off left side. Perkins, deep 3, left side, good! She knocked it down from Short Creek. A deep 3 for Sydney Perkins, and the Lady Cougars are on the board with 6 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first quarter of play. It's 5-3 Butler.
You know, Sam, in a couple.
Ball knocked around. Leach is able to get it. Perkins got her hand in on the pass. The double team comes. Leach splits the defense, gives it up top, swings it off left block to Wilson, who crosses it. Tried to cross it down to the right side, and it's knocked out of bounds by Van Meter on the inside.
Good defensive rotation right there. The girl was wide open on this side. Wilson tried to pass it to her, but good job by the
Feeding
Cougars.
it to Wilson on the right block. Shot might have been partially blocked by Jennings, and the rebound bounces around before Sydney Perkins gets it. Outlet pass over to the far side to Van Meter, who breaks it across that far sideline. Right wing Jones, who has been playing her best basketball as a Lady Cougar over these last couple of weeks, excelling from the free throw line. She does a jumper from the near corner. It's missed. Long rebound on the floor by Skaggs. She's off and running down the left side, runs right over Sutton Van Meter. That one is going to be a blocking foul called on Van Meter. Her first, team's second.
Not really a terrible shot, I would say, by Bree down on this end because she was wide open, but probably not the shot that you're looking for early on in the offensive set right there.
And they're going to call it a
on the floor.
On the floor. That's almost as surprising as the offensive foul call, as the blocking foul call, rather. Scanning once, scanning twice. They give it up top to Willoughby. Swings it off left side. Deep three by Leach. It is no good. Rebound on the floor. Ripped away by Miller on the inside for Butler County, and a jump ball. The arrow will stay here with Butler County. 5-3, Lady Cougs on top. Or Lady Cougs trail, rather, with 5:51 left in this first quarter of play.
You know, it makes you think, Sam, if rebounding continues like this, how long will Coach Mack get wait to put in?
Spin move. Skaggs walks on that spin move. Lexi Belcher does not agree. And the official, Jim O'Brien, walks past her and is explaining his side of the story. Pass knocked out of bounds by Leach.
What I was saying there to finish the thought, Sam, is if the rebounding continues like this, I think you'll see a pretty early entry into the game by Ella and Kennedy Green,
who have both been playing extremely well. I know I was talking with assistant coach Brian Jones before the game, and we were saying, yep, she's been playing well, and I just kind of looked at him and said, nobody's been playing bad.
Yeah.
And you want to know why you're on a 9-game winning streak? That explains why.
Yep.
Right wing, Van Meter. Up top in between the circles. Hand off past Perkins. Off the pass. 3 and out. It pops for Sydney. Rebound on the floor is picked up by Skaggs for Butler County. And she'll flip it off to Taylor Leach. Good shot by Sydney. It just doesn't drop early.
Yeah.
Bounce pass to Miller on the left side. Gets a screen from Wilson. They try to feed it back to her, but Jennings says, I'll take it instead. And flips it off to Van Meter, who's looking to push up the far side of the floor. Van Meter drives down the right side. Curls around. Layup missed, but she'll go to the free throw line after being bumped on the drive.
Sam, this was the thing I was talking about being tough. We're 3 minutes into the game, and we've already had 2 fouls on both sides. So quite possibly we could be seeing a lot of fouls tonight. That's when you got to be strong with the ball. Don't let them smack it away from you and get to the free throw line.
Van Meter gets the first free throw. Sutton on the season from the charity stripe, 74%. It's been up and down for her. She's much better than 74%, though. Gets both free throws there. Tie game, 5-5. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. All fives.
Didn't she tinker around with around 90% last year shooting free throws?
Yes, and Wilson breaks through, goes behind.
Good block.
Shots blocked by Jennings, but the basket's good on the continuation and fouled by Jennings. And Wilson will go to the line to try and convert on the N1. Wilson goes to the free throw line a lot, about 7 times per game. 72% from the line on the season for the freshman, and she converts on the N1 there. Butler County really struggled from the free throw line when these two teams played back in Morgantown just about a week ago. And Grayson County made their free throws and won by 6, and that's a good reason to point as to why you won the game.
Yeah, it's one of the, like we talk about a lot, Sam, it's the simple things, and shooting free throws is a simple thing, but man, it makes a big difference.
Jennings on the right wing, bodied up by Wilson, bounce pass to Blanton on the left wing. 4.5 left here in this opening quarter. It's 8-5. Butler on top of Grayson. In between the circles, Van Meter. The motion offense comes off the screen. 3 by Perkins. It's off to the right. Rebound on the floor. Poked out of bounds by Jones for Grayson. And it'll hit the other way.
I think Sydney came off that screen right there a little bit more open than what she thought she was going to be. Kind of double clutched it a little bit. You'd like to see her just go straight up.
Perkins 5th in the state in 3s per game, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Perkins up the near side of the floor, her first, team's 3rd.
A lot of fouls so far, Sam, but really they've been fouls. It's not been tic-tacky. It's been actual pretty hard fouls.
The only one that is a question would be if it would be offensive foul or blocking. It was going to be a foul either way.
Yep.
And those are really judgment calls.
Yep.
Leach bounce pass to Skaggs, who blows around Blanton, drives down to the right block, kicks it off into the near corner. Miller 3, well short. Tried to use the bank, and it almost went in. Off the bank, Jennings gets a loose ball for Grayson County and flips it up to Jones. Outlet pass, right side, Van Meter, transition, right side 3, in and out, it pops. Rebound on the floor by Leach for Butler County. 3:50 left in the first quarter, it's 8-5. Outlet over to the far side to Skaggs, inside to Miller, and a foul called on Perkins. That's going to be her second. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I really like the defensive movement that we're getting right now. When we've got in the sets, when Butler County's running their sets, we haven't had that many fouls. It seems like most of them are coming through primary or secondary break so far.
Miller to the line, misses the first free throw way off to the right. Only 41% from the line. Entering the game, Kennedy Green for Grayson. Sydney Perkins will take a seat. Green on the year, averaging 2 points and 3 rebounds, but has just been doing the little things and excelling at it. And immediately had a rebound pop through her hands, and loose ball. It's still alive, and Green comes down with it somehow. Green moving up the floor. She stops, looking for a guard. She looks again, and finally hands it off to Jones. Jones on that right side, flips it off to Van Meter, curls back towards the near side, spins back to her right hand, far side Jones, 3, up, 3, good for Bree Jones. Tie game, 8-8, 3:22 left in the first quarter of play.
I'm sure everybody in the house knows Kennedy is not the best ball handler, but I really like that of her bringing it up and creating a little bit of space on that fast break right there.
Cross to Willoughby on the inside. Jennings defends and takes it away. Back to Butler County though, Willoughby on the inside. Up top to Leach, ball fake. We'll do a handoff pass to Miller as she comes down the right side. Into the corner to Wilson. Back up top now to Leach in between the circles, 8-8. About 3 minutes left in this first quarter of play between Grayson County and Butler County. With a win, the Lady Cougars will be the #1 seed in the 12th District Tournament and win their 10th straight game.
Oh.
Illegal screen called on Ava Wilson. That will be her second here in the first half of play. And Lexi Belcher has a decision to make. Lexi Belcher in her 6th season, 83 and 72, and she is going to go to the bench to bring in Bailey Moore. But Moore will not get there, and here's the thing, Steven. She doesn't get in time. I'm drawing something up to go right at her.
Absolutely.
If she blocks you, she blocks you, but 3 fouls is more important. Up top, pocket picked. Leach takes it away from Blanton. Leach then has it poked away from behind by Jones, and substitutions will get the chance to come in.
Yeah, you were saying exactly what I was thinking right there when they weren't able to sub for Wilson. That's a time when you want to almost back it out, and you have to be thinking, okay, she's got 2 fouls. Let's see if we can't get a cheap one on her and get her out for the rest of the first half, and she may be anyway.
Narvaez in for Grayson County. Bailey Moore in for Butler County. Moore, 3.1 points, 2.5 rebounds. Narvaez, 3.3 and 5 rebounds. Ella, the offense has been better over these past couple of games, and she's not in there for that. Up top to Leach, left side Willoughby, ball fake, drives down the far baseline, kicks it off the far corner. Up top to Leach, a deep 3, top side, no good, rebound, pops around, and finally Willoughby chases it down in the near corner. Willoughby with the left hand, back up top to Leach. He's going to set it up in between the circles. Leach, 26% from 3, hit her first one of the game. She's had some open looks since, but hasn't had one drop. 8-8 between Grayson and Butler, 2:10 left in the first quarter of play. Left wing Willoughby, she'll let the 3 fly. It's no good. Rebound on the floor by Moore. Butler County destroying Grayson on the boards early on. Willoughby, they're going to give her another shot from 3. That one's short as well. Narvaez says, yeah, no, I'm getting this one.
Yeah.
Gives it off to Van Meter. Right up the middle for Grayson County. Right wing Green. Gets a screen, Green on the drive. She quickly double team, fires down to Narvaez, layup, good. Great feed by Green to get the point on the right side.
Yeah, I saw Ella coming from the three-point line, cutting straight down, and I was hoping that Kennedy was going to be able to see her too. Great penetration by her and great kick.
Leach on the right side. She drives down with a right-handed off-balance shot, drops.
Yeah, I think Butler County is really going to lean on Skaggs right now for rebounding, so it's going to be really important that we get a body on her every single time.
10-10 between Grayson and Butler. 1:15 left here in this opening quarter of play. Van Meter will break the timeline right at the logo for Grayson County. 2-3 zone for the Lady Bears. Green down the near side of the floor, curls around at the left elbow, picks up her dribble, flips it back now to Jennings. Off to the right side to Van Meter. Grayson County has their leading scorer on the bench with 2 fouls. Butler County's leading scorer is on the bench with 2 fouls. In between the circles, Narvaez. With the right hand, she bobbles the pass, gives it to Van Meter with 53 seconds left here in this first quarter of play. Bounce pass on the inside to Jennings. She recovered and is not fouled. Instead, the ball's out of bounds off of her. Mike McClintock is wanting to know where a foul was.
Referee's right on top of it there, Sam. It's easy for us to say that was a foul. But
like
he
from
was
the backside more, where he couldn't have seen it.
Right, yeah, he was right there, so you got to believe he was on top of it. But, yeah, it looked like a foul from up here.
45 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 10-10. Leach weaving through, kicking it in the near corner. Skaggs, long 2, is missed. Rebounded by Jennings for Grayson County. Called Jennings' name a lot early on. Van Meter slowly working with about 30 seconds left in the first quarter. See if they'll hold for the final shot or just run their offense, and whenever the bucket comes, you take it. Left wing Van Meter. She'll let the three fly. In and out. It pops. Rebounded by Skaggs for Butler County. 15 seconds and counting left in the first quarter of play. Skaggs down the near side, guarded by Van Meter, who's got to be careful. She has one foul in the lane. Miller's shot is an air ball. Rebound on the 4. Willoughby's got it in the far corner with 6 seconds. Bounce pass up top now to Leach. She'll let the three fly. Top side, in and out. It pops. Rebound on the 4. Willoughby on the left block, and the basket is no good at the end of the first quarter of play. Grayson County and Butler County are all knotted up at 10 after 1. This is Lady Cougar basketball right here on K105.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors, helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in.
It's 10-10 as we start the second quarter of play here from Grayson County High School. Really spread out scoring. Taylor Leach leads the way, all scorers with 5 points. Lady Cougars had 4 different players score to get to their 10 points. The most important storyline is their leading scorer, Sydney Perkins, on the bench with those 2 early fouls. We're underway here in the second quarter of play. Jones throws the pass away, taken away by Miller for Butler County. An outlet pass, and that's a walk. Driving down the near side goes Bailey Moore, and it's like she was on a beach, Steven. She was going for a long walk on the beach, taking that.
NBA, she might have been able to get away with that one, but it was definitely a walk.
Into the near corner to Narvaez. And it's rare when you see no one complain about a call.
Yeah.
And that's usually the sign that it was absolutely the right call. 10-10, Grayson County and Butler County here in a 12th District matchup. The final regular season one of the year for both teams. We're going to have a jump ball on the left wing. The arrow is in favor of Butler County, and immediately Mike McClintock's going to bring in another ball handler. Actually, no, he's just going to make a straight substitution. Blanton will come in for Jones.
Interesting on that last play, I don't know if they were in a zone in the back or it was man-to-man, but you had 2 people come up and try to trap the ball at the front, so that might open up some opportunities down low for the Lady Cougars.
Butler County, that's kind of the defense that they run. They're not afraid to leave players open, and it's a very physical defense that the Lady Cougars have done okay at early. Pass thrown away. Taylor Leach was trying to feed it into Skaggs, but probably not the right decision there, Steven.
Yeah, it was a good idea, but not very good execution at all.
Blanton nearly loses the ball and finally does. Goes through her hands. She bobbles. Willoughby had good defense there to hit her with a very light, I mean, it wasn't a foul, just a light little bump that pushed her out of bounds. Good defense by Willoughby on the far side of the floor. Into Leach, 10-10, 45 seconds into the first half, into the second quarter of play, and now another turnover. Leach dribbles it off of her foot. Nobody wants the ball, Steven.
Sam, it seems like we've had in a lot of the district games up to this point, this time of the game, after you start getting in the flow, it seems like we're starting to get a little sloppy. Both teams here with several turnovers in the last few positions. I think the team that's able to button that up the quickest will have the lead at halftime.
Bree Jones back in. Allie Jennings gets a break. Allie's been playing well early on in this matchup. 10-10. Right wing Blanton. She'll drive down the baseline, go up. Shot short. Rebound on the floor. Picked up by Butler County. As it's Miller who flips it off now to Taylor Leach. Lexi Belcher delivering the offense. Sutton Van Meter is going to be there to meet Leach. She crosses the half-court line man-to-man for Grayson. Leach bounce pass to Willoughby. Willoughby guarded by Blanton. Takes it off into the far corner. Back up top to Leach. Leach with the left hand, bounces it up top to Miller. Miller gives it off into the corner to Moore. Moore to Skaggs. Back now to Bailey Moore. Up top, Butler County just running their offense here. They're fine as here comes a double screen. And really, Butler County doesn't do anything with it. Moore down the right side, goes up off the glass, shots an air ball, rebound, goes all the way through. Willoughby is able to run it down in the corner. Bounce pass on the inside, loose ball out of bounds off of Grayson County, and it's going to stay here.
Yeah, that's one of those times we often say, Sam, just let it go out of the bounds. That's one of the times Ella should have grabbed that one and corralled the rebound. Or loose ball, I should say.
Moore on the drive, up top to Leach. Leach drives down, gives it back to Willoughby. Little ball fake. Willoughby pulls up, 10 in the lane. Shot is missed. Rebound out of bounds off of Butler County. 10-10, 2 minutes into this second quarter of play between Grayson County and Butler County, and it has been a sloppy quarter for both teams.
Yeah, we talked about that rebounding, Sam, before the game, and it turns out that looks like that's going to be a pretty good factor here for the Lady Cougars. Giving up too many offensive rebounds.
Double team comes for Jones. She's able to break it to Narvaez. Tried to feed the bounce pass to Green. Good decision. It was kicked out of bounds by Skaggs, and it'll stay here.
Yeah, pretty good rotation by Skaggs there, sliding down because Kennedy was wide open on the backside. Good decision by Ella. Just missed her a little bit too late.
Into the far corner to Green. Right side Jones, up top to Blanton. Guarded by Moore. Butler County now shifted back into man-to-man, but here comes that run and jump defense. 18 feet on the far side by Blanton. She'll put it in for the first points of the second quarter. Grayson County has their second lead of the game. It's 12-10.
Sam, it almost looks like we're maybe even a little bit out of – oh, she stepped on the line.
Yep, it was going to be either that or a walk. Stepping out of bounds was Parker Willoughby. Ball will head back to Grayson.
Offensively, we almost look a little bit out of sorts, and I wonder if that's because Sydney's on the bench with 2 fouls right now, and she plays so many minutes, and she's always in there. The other girls may be a little bit unfamiliar with running that spot.
Blanton gives it back to Van Meter. Driving downhill, and she's going to be fouled by Moore on the drive. That'll be her first, team's first of this second quarter of play. Not really sure what the they were discussing something. Move it off to the right side, up top to Jones. They got to figure it out, Stephen. I don't really know what it was. I saw somebody come over and say the foul was on 2, and there's not a 2 on either one of these teams. So that confused me a little bit.
Yeah, it was no question that was on number 4, Moore.
Right side, Van Meter. 5 minutes left in the first half. Lady Cougars trying to add to their 2-point advantage. Deep on the right side goes Blanton. Back up top, curls around, gets to the hole, and it's knocked out of bounds by Skaggs. Skaggs playing good interior defense for Butler early on.
Yeah, looking like she turned around and looked at her coach like she maybe thinks she got away with one right there, but good job by her staying active down low and preventing us to get an open layup.
Jones up top to Van Meter, catch and shoot 3, in and out it pops, rebounded by Miller. Be interesting to see if Coach Mack might put Sydney back into the game. It's a risk, but great minds think alike, Stephen.
Just with that, here she stands up off the bench, and I think, you know, Sydney has a senior district game.
You got to trust her.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say. You got to trust her to come in and be smart.
Driving in, losing the ball right into the hands of Blanton. 2-on-2 go the Lady Cougars. Blanton on the drive, kicks it off to Van Meter. 3, right side, got it!
I really like that look for Sutton. We've talked about it a couple times, and we're going to get a timeout here. We'll talk about it when we come back.
15-10, Lady Cougars lead. 4:12 left in the first half. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors, helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Grayson County 15-10, they lead with 4:12 left here in this second quarter of play. Sam Gormley and Stephen Smith back here with you. And Stephen, you were saying?
Yeah, that shot that Sutton was just able to get right there, it seems like she does better when she's able to pull up, not completely wide open. So that's the type of shots I think that we need to be looking for her when she's able to curl off a screen, get her the ball quick so she can go straight up with it.
Isabel did a good job, too, bringing both defenders with her, allowing Sutton to have that open shot. Into the middle to Miller. Driving down out of the timeout, kicks it back up top, swinging it up top to Leach. Jones might have gotten a hand on it. It goes out of bounds. Did she?
Nope.
She did not. It was close. If anything else, it was one of those blocked shots, and I put quotations around it because she didn't get a hand on it, but just the hand in the area almost goes down as the same thing.
Yep.
Jones, double team, loses the ball. Narvaez there to pick it up. She's body checked, and it's taken away by Butler County. Coming up the near side comes Skaggs. Weaving through, kicking it into the near corner. Around the lane goes Carrington Hunt, and she walks with it. She curls around. Hunt gets her name called for the first time today. And she is averaging just about 2.5 points and 2 rebounds a game. Good to see Mr. Spirit back in the Cougar Den today. He's looking at his sticker right now, right next to the Grayson County student section. Into the middle to Van Meter. Right up the middle, she takes it. Comes around to that left side. Perkins is back into the game with those 2 fouls for Grayson County. We were talking about that before the Butler County timeouts.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Belcher for Butler County is opting to keep their leading scorer, Ava Wilson, on the bench right now. So it would be interesting if the Cougars can maybe pull it out.
Inside to Narvaez, not a clean hold, and bodies hit the floor. And the arrow will stay with Grayson County. It'll be 15-10 with 3:15 left in the first half. There was a sub in for Butler County. It's going to be number 34, Maddie Jones. 2.4 points, 2.5 rebounds a game for the junior. Left wing, Bree Jones. Bounce pass in the corner to Perkins. It's kind of a slower moving pass. Didn't allow Sydney to get a shot off. Jones looking for help. Double team comes, and it's a double dribble.
Yeah, by this time in her career, the scouting report's going to be out on her. Any type of coaching at all is going to tell you to just get in Sydney's jersey with her and don't let her touch it. They did a pretty good job on that end.
Especially a team like Butler County, who has seen her a lot.
A dozen times or more.
Yeah. On the right side goes Moore, and in fact, well, I guess it's only the second time they've seen her this season because Sydney did not play in the game at Logan County that the Lady Cougars won. Leach drives downhill off the glass. Shots missed short. Rebound out of bounds off of Skaggs. Going to head towards Grayson.
Yeah, that's those rebounds right there that we were talking about. Ella went up, but Skaggs went up a little bit stronger. She wasn't able to corral it, but knocked it out of Ella's hand. Obviously staying with the Lady Cougars, but you're going to have to be tough in this one, Sam.
Jones up the near side of the floor, guarded by Moore. Crosses the timeline. Moore goes in as Jones loses the ball. Moore's got it, flips it off to Jones. An outlet pass to Skaggs in transition. Layup good. First points of the second quarter of play for Butler County. Grayson leads 15-12, 2:20 left in the first half. And immediately, Mike McClintock going off the bench. Probably get Bree as Bree bobbles the ball again here, and now a foul's called on Leach. That's going to be her first, team second, and Peyton Bowman's going to come in to give Bree a little bit of a, if anything else, this is just a mental break.
Yeah, may have even got bailed out on there because she didn't have the ball when Leach came over and smacked her on the arm. Could have easily been another turnover there. So, like you said, hopefully just give her a second to catch her breath, talk to the coaches, and get back in there.
Her dad is in her ear right now. Bowman on the inside to Blanton. Bounce pass to Narvaez. Goes up. The hook shot. Rolls in for Ella Narvaez. 4 early points for Ella.
Good movement on that possession. 3 or 4 of the girls touched the ball there really closely, and we got an easy bucket.
Peyton Bowman immediately made a good pass right when her name got in, and now comes away with a steal. Immediately gives it off to Van Meter. Outlet far side to Blanton in transition. 15 right side off the back of the iron. Rebound, jump ball, arrow to Butler.
No. That's a tough look right there for Isabel. It was good that she jump stopped and went up with the ball right there instead of trying to go in and get the foul. And if she would have made it, we would have been praising her for it. But maybe one she should have circled around and pulled it out and set the offense on.
Moore, guarded by Grayson County. Looks like a 2-on-2 zone for the Lady Cougars. Up top to Maddie Jones for Butler County. Stripped and taken away. Van Meter got her hand in on it, knocked it into the hands of Perkins. Perkins does exactly what you thought Blanton should have done. The double team comes, gives it to Van Meter. Turnaround 3, left side,
yes.
Got it.
Yeah, I think that's really going to be Sutton's shot. Is getting in a transition, pulling up almost like you don't have time to talk yourself out of it. Just let it go.
8 for Van Meter, passing the inside. Blanton's going to pick up a foul. Tough fall for Anne-Marie Skaggs. That's just 2 players going for the ball.
Yeah, nothing malicious there. Looked like possibly Anne-Marie's feet maybe popped up a little bit when she hit the ground. I don't know if she maybe tweaked her back a little bit, but she's getting up acting like she's okay, so that's good to see.
It's only Blanton's first, team's first. There's also the fact, too, that I don't think Isabel has a malicious bone in her body.
I would agree with that.
I don't know her very well, but
yeah,
I've barely even seen her say a word.
Nothing on purpose there for sure.
Moore up top to Leach. Leach down the left side, guarded by Bowman. She tries to split defenders, and in the split, passed outside. Hunt in the corner, 52 seconds and counting left in the first half. Grayson County in control by 8. Hunt, 3, right side, good. Nothing but net for Carrington. Hunt in the corner. Hunt, first 3 of the season. She was 0 of 4, and now a turnover for Grayson County as Bowman threw it into the hands of Moore. Lady Bears have a chance to make this a one-possession game in the final 30 seconds of the first half. Crossing it, left side to Willoughby, up top to Leach. Into the corner to Hunt, up top, swings it off left side to Leach. 18 seconds and counting, and let's see if Lexi Belcher now might call for the final shot. And a walk is going to be called in the near corner on Hunt. Ball will head back the way of Grayson County. 14.2, and I think you got to hold for the final shot here, Steve.
Yeah, obviously, if you get a run out and you're able to get an easy bucket, you do.
Oh, it's got to get it in, though. You got a timeout, remember, and they give it into Van Meter up the far side with 10 seconds and counting left in the first half. Lady Cougars up by 5 with 7 seconds. Right side, Bowman knocked out of bounds by Bowman. And let's say it goes Grayson County's, it's go Butler County's way with 6.5 left.
Right here, Sam, is the time you absolutely have to lock down on defense and not let them get an open shot. If they hit one from three-quarter court, so be it.
Either.
Right,
Leach
exactly.
on that left side. She goes in on the drive, kicks it off to Willoughby. Up top, Jones, blocked by Narvaez at the buzzer. And at the end of the first half of play, Grayson County leads Butler County 20-15. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
Bump right now.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to Grayson County High School, where the Lady Cougars lead Butler County 20-15 at the half. Coming up in our halftime show, run down the scores from around the region and the scoring from this game. Again, your score here at the half, Grayson County leads Butler County 20-15. This is Lady Cougar Basketball on K105.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts. through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready. Because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike, or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready, kids?
Is Cougar basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where it is 20-15. Grayson County leads here at the half. See if we can't run down a score or two from around the region. Not a whole lot going on, though, today. Girls basketball, Edmondson leads Glasgow at the half, 27-21. Girls, Warren East on top of South Warren, 18-13 at the half. And those are most of the scores that we have to bring you, in fact, from around the region. As I do the scroll through, we will mention that the third region media poll came out earlier today. Want to thank everyone that voted for that. As your media rankings as of this afternoon for girls basketball, first place Owensboro Catholic, second place Davis County, third Breck, tied for fourth between Owensboro and Meade, Grayson 6th, Edmondson 7th, Hancock 8th, Butler 9th, Muhlenberg 10th. Now I will say that if you look at point totals, which is because the poll, it goes with if you get a first place vote by one of the media members, you get 10 points, you get 9 for second, and so on. Grayson County is 1 point behind both Meade and Owensboro. They're playing extremely well, and they're starting to get rewarded from that. And I think in that first half of play, Stephen, you saw slower start, but once they settled in, they took control. Up 5. Butler County, though, still well within striking distance.
Yeah, I don't know how many turnovers we had, Sam, but if you take away half of those.
12 maybe?
Yeah, and it really, unfortunately, and maybe fortunately, that it can be easily corrected. They weren't forced turnovers. They were just some bad passes that we made. And it didn't seem like that Butler County was able to score a ton when we were sitting back in our half-court defense. That's good to see, but, you know, you're up by 5 here, and just have to believe this second half is going to be a battle.
We'll take a break, run down the scoring for the first half of play. After this is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor. But I knew you were out there. And when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at BeTheMatch.org.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Some days are just better than others.
I think you should go talk to someone.
It's not that easy.
Have you been thinking about suicide? You can talk to me, Dad.
It's been a tough couple of months.
This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the the Cougar Den. Grayson County and Butler County just about 2 minutes away from getting back underway. The scoring for the first half of play for Butler County, 5 points for Taylor Leach, 4 points for Anne-Marie Skaggs, 3 each for Carrington Hunt and for Ava Wilson. For Grayson County, 8 points Sutton Van Meter, 4 points Ellen Narvaez, 3 points each for Bree Jones and Sydney Perkins, and 2 for Isabel Blanton. Stephen, of course, the big story of the first half of play was 2 fouls for Sydney Perkins, 2 fouls for Ava Wilson. Both teams had leading scorers on the bench with 2 fouls. This could be one of those stories that whichever one of those picks up the 3rd foul first might be the team that falls behind even more early on.
Yeah, it seemed like I was saying there, maybe halfway through the second quarter, it almost looks like we were a little bit out of sorts offensively, not having Sydney in her spot. So it just stands to reason that her being such a vital part of our offensive strategy, when she's not in there, it's different. I haven't watched Butler County quite as much, but I don't think they would be terribly upset having her on the bench for well over a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half, and only be down 5. But hopefully we'll be able to capitalize and continue moving forward.
20-15, Grayson leads at the half. Second half's next on K105.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day. A movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to be.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
We are underway in the second half of play. Grayson County leads by 5 points. They switch sides, now working from left to right on the radio dials. Sam and Steven back here with you, and a 3 off the right side by Sutton Van Meter is short early on. And Perkins tried to save it inbounds, but it ends up going out. Not a bad early play, trying to get Sutton, who had the hot hand in the first half, an early shot. Just doesn't fall.
Yeah, she looked over the bench, patted on her chest, and says, "Hey, that was my bad." It was actually probably the shot that you wanted early on to keep the momentum swinging in our favor, but obviously fell a little bit short.
Up the far side, ball knocked out of bounds by Perkins. Knocks it off the hand of the Skaggs. It's going to stay with the Lady Bears. It's 20-15. Grayson County leads by 5 points. As we start this third quarter of play with a win, Grayson County would not only win their 10th straight game, matching their longest stretch since 2015, they would also clinch the #1 seed in the district tournament that begins 2 weeks from today here at Grayson County High School. Leach has it in between the circles, off to the right side to Miller, guarded by Jones. Lady Cougars in a light zone defense. It's almost a matchup zone of sorts.
Yeah, I really think it'll be interesting to see how quickly they go to Wilson, and there
right
you
on
see
cue,
her go
Wilson
right
on
in.
the inside. She's fouled on the interior by Grayson County, and they're going to give this foul to Jones. That's going to be her second, team's first. 2 shots coming for Ava Wilson, who only had 3 points in the first half of play after picking up 2 early fouls. 1 defensive and 1 an illegal screen. First free throw is short for Wilson.
Probably a couple schools of thought there where she had to sit for a long time. Maybe coming out of halftime it's a little bit different, but you almost want to let her get her legs under, run up and down the court a couple times. But maybe Coach Belcher didn't think they had that luxury and go ahead and start with her now.
She gets the second, makes it a 4-point game, 20-16. Bree Jones up the middle of the floor, weaving through the defense. She had to move away from a couple of Butler County hands. Gives it to Blanton. Bounce pass right side. Jennings too strong in the layup. Blanton rebound is blocked out of her hands. Jones has it though on the free throw line. Out up top to Perkins. She takes one dribble to the left. Lets the 3 fly. It's not there. Rebound on the floor picked up by Willoughby, and then she's fouled on the curl by Blanton for Grayson County. That's going to be her second, team second, early on in this third quarter of play. 20-16. Grayson leads by 4. 1 minute into the third quarter of play. Very similar to the way this game started. A little slow for the Lady Cougars. They got to settle in.
Yep.
Leach weaving through the lane. Bounce pass to Wilson on the right side. She was looking for a foul. It didn't come. Blanton was straight up, and the ball's headed the other way for Grayson County. Perkins up the far side of the floor. Angles back towards the near side. Is going to set up the offense in between the circles with a pass off to the right side to Van Meter. With the left hand, now Sutton will back it off to the logo. Gets a screen from Jennings, doesn't take it. Pulls up from the free throw line, well off to the right. Rebound bounces out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Lady Cougars.
Must have hit off somebody's foot. I was thinking that's probably a 50-50 right there, and glad to see that it bounced in our direction.
20-16, Grayson County leads by 4 here in this 12th district matchup. With a left hand, Van Meter up top to Perkins. She curls around, backs it off to the right wing with a handoff to Jones. Jones, the left elbow, looks for help, finds a bounce pass to Van Meter. Van Meter led the way with 8 points in the first half of play for Grayson County. It's right at about her average. Inside to Blanton, not a good pass, taken away by Wilson for Butler County. An outlet pass to Leach. She catches it with her left hand, recovers, fires down to Wilson off the right side. Basket good, she'll go to the line.
Yeah, that's exactly what we can have right now, Sam, is allowing Wilson to get back into this game and kind of begin to oppose her own will down in the paint. Really going to have to work hard on her over the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Third foul also called on Sydney Perkins there. Her third, team's third. Mike McClintock, decision time for the first-year Grayson County head coach. Wilson misses the free throw. Jennings gets the rebound. 20-18, 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the third quarter of play. Into the corner, deep three by Perkins. In and out, it pops. She gets her own rebound. It pops away, goes into the hands of Jennings. Jennings gives it back to Perkins. She recovers. She drives the baseline. The floater is short. Rebounded by Wilson for Butler County. Up the far side of the floor, gives it to Leach. Leach with the right hand, crosses the timeline slowly before speeding up over to the left wing with a pass on the inside. Taken away by Jones, and then she's fouled by Skaggs. That's going to be her second and the team's first.
Yeah, that's a really tough angle right there for Miller. Skaggs was open for a split second. Bree was right there to get back in front of her really quick. Just a tough angle to throw it from where she was at. And thankfully, the Lady Cougars are going to be able to come away with the ball.
Full court pressure for Butler County. They're now going to back it off into a light man-to-man as they couldn't trap Jones in that far corner. Jones breaks the timeline across the near side of the floor. Up top to Jennings. Jennings, a little jab step, gives it to Blanton deep on the right side. Blanton on the drive, goes in, goes up with a shot. It's over top of the backboard and goes out of bounds.
Pretty good take by Isabel right there. I don't know if it was hard that she was tough to make up her mind what exactly she was going to do. Probably expecting contact is why she threw it a little bit too hard.
And the contact never came.
Yep.
Leach up the near side of the floor, bounce pass into the corner to Skaggs. She bobbles the pass, goes through the legs of Blanton, who's able to get it. And a jump ball, the arrow, will stay with the Lady Bears of Butler County. 20-18, Grayson County leads by 2. Lady Cougars still have not scored in this second half of play. Eerily similar to the start to this game where the Lady Cougars took them a couple of minutes to get going.
Yep, you're exactly right, and hopefully sooner than later we'll be able to start rolling.
Into the corner. They give it to Skaggs, guarded by Blanton, man-to-man defense for Grayson County. To Miller in the far side. Perkins immediately puts a hand in her face. Up top to Wilson, left side to Skaggs. One dribble back to Wilson now, 4:40 left in the third quarter of play. Grayson leads by 2 here in this 12th district matchup. Leach with a left hand, bounce pass inside, taken away by Blanton. And now players hit the deck on the inside. We're gonna have a jump ball. The arrow will head towards Grayson. Very physical moment there. And the official, Jim O'Brien, is talking to Sydney Perkins. No, they're going to call a foul, rather. They're going to call a foul on Skaggs for Butler County. That's going to be her third, team's second. It's a lot of contact on that inside. I think they felt like they had to. Van Meter scans into Blanton, flips it off to Jones on the far side. 4.5 left in the third quarter of play. Grayson trails by 2.
The Cougars have been able to handle that press pretty well. They're not putting a ton after the initial pass, but you'd like to be able to get a run out every once in a while out of that.
Bounce pass left side, Blanton, and foul on the floor is going to be called on, I'm going to call this on Butler County. It's called on Willoughby. That is her first, team's third.
I think somebody down here pretty close to us didn't agree with the call, Sam.
It is. It'll be Ella Narvaez and Kennedy Green in. Allie Jennings and Isabel Blanton will come out. The call was, I think, on Perkins when she was running her typical baseline run. Right side Van Meter, left side to Jones, guarded by Willoughby. On the left side goes Bree Jones. She curls around, lets the defender go by, pulls up from 15 on the far side. It's off the back of the iron. The rebound's out of bounds off the hand of Narvaez. Lady Cougars still have not scored in this quarter. It is 20-18. Over to that far side goes Leach. In between the circles to Miller. Left side Willoughby. Grayson County coming up with some defensive pressure now. Willoughby bounce pass to Skaggs, taken away by Green. That'll be a jump ball. The arrow will head towards Grayson.
Yeah, Kennedy did a really good job of getting in there and was able to tie her up really quickly because Skaggs, if Kennedy hadn't got over there, had a pretty open look at the bucket right there.
Van Meter throws it into Green. Curls around, breaks the timeline at the logo, and double dribble is called, costing the half court. Mike McClintock did not agree at all.
But regardless of what happened there, I like Kennedy taking the initiative to bring the ball up herself. Probably not one that's going to be handling the ball very much, but doing a pretty good job right there.
Skaggs into Wilson on the left side, guarded by Green. Wilson with a double team, gives it off to Willoughby in the near side. Up top to Skaggs. At the free throw line, passes to Miller, who does a ball fake, drives in. Miller off the right side is fouled by Narvaez. And 2 shots will come for Butler County to try and tie the game up.
Kind of get that sense, Sam, right now that you've had a couple plays that could have went either way. I think right now the referees are trying to get control of the game right here.
Miller makes the first free throw.
To make sure it doesn't get out of hand anymore.
Miller not a great free throw shooter, about 41% on the season. 1 of 3 today now. And that one's well off to the left. Rebounded by Green for Grayson County. It's a 1-point Lady Cougar lead. They have not scored in this quarter of play. Luckily, the defense has held Butler to only 4. Up top, pass deflected and taken away by Miller. Fast break down the left side. Layup good, and she'll go to the line after being fouled by Van Meter. Butler County has the lead.
Probably a time right here when Coach Mack needs to get a timeout, settle his team down. You can't allow them to go on a little bit of a run here. Like you said, thankfully, we've not scored, but we've been able to hold them, but now they've got the lead.
Miller's free throw is good. It's a 2-point game now at 22-20. Maybe he'll try and let them have 1 offensive possession before taking the timeouts. That appears to be what he'll do. Jones on the right side gets a screen from Green. She blows past Miller. Layup, good! Bree Jones on the take down the right side to tie us up at 22.
Good hesitation move right there by Bree on the wing right there to get past Wilson and go in for an open layup.
22 all. Jones deflects the pass. It's able to stay with Willoughby. Nearly 10 seconds was the call on the inside. Skaggs' shot, and a late whistle on a foul is going to be called on Grayson County.
Kennedy kept her arms up really well that time, but I think she did get underneath her with the body right there. And like I said, I think the referees, we're going to see them not necessarily get tick-tacky, but they're going to be calling a lot of fouls for the next 250 here in the third quarter.
Skaggs has 2 free throws coming, 63%, and gets the shooter's touch on the first one. Bailey Moore re-enters for Butler County. It's just where you got to have somebody step up for Grayson. It's that simple. And Jones did so there with an aggressive take for what were her 5th points of the game. Second free throw missed. Rebound out of bounds off of Green, and it's going to stay with Butler. 23-22, Butler County leads by 1, 2:49 left in the third quarter. Willoughby fires over to the far side. Moore, 3, up, and the bank is not open. Rebound saved in by Butler off the hand of Green and into Moore in the far side. Butler County getting a lot of second chance opportunities in this game. And when they've been able to get them, it's what's kept them in it.
Yep.
Crossing. Miller, 3, right side, too strong. Van Meter gets the loose board this time for Grayson County. Van Meter angles back towards the near side of the floor. She breaks the timeline, gets a screen from Narvaez. Up top, Perkins. Ball fake. Perkins, 18, right side. Too strong off the back of the iron. Willoughby with a rebound for Butler County. Willoughby angles back towards the near side with a bounce pass to Taylor Leach, 2:10 left in the third quarter. Butler County leads by 1. Leach gets a screen, back up to Moore. Moore guarded by Green. On the drive, taken away by Perkins. Perkins then has it poked away. Skaggs layup good.
Yeah, I think
25-22. Grayson trails by 3. 1:50 left in the third quarter.
I think Coach Jones wanted a foul on that, but I'm not so sure he was right.
Left side Jones looking for a handoff pass, gives it to Van Meter at the free throw line. Van Meter backs it off, finds it with Perkins. Perkins on the left side, she curls around, handoff to Jones. Jones, free throw line,
pass.
gives it down inside to Green. Green fires it off to Narvaez, way too strong. It goes out of bounds. Kennedy trying to be too unselfish, and it turns into a turnover.
Yeah, that's one of those things we've talked about for several weeks, Sam. If Kennedy had her offensive confidence right there, she wouldn't have been thinking at all to pass. She would have went right up and probably would have made it on that one as she was wide open.
25-22, Butler County up by 3. 125, Jones deflects the pass, saves it in. Was it off of Butler County? It was! Great play by Bree Jones. She was going out of bounds and just threw it off of Taylor Leach's foot. And the Lady Cougars are going to get the ball back. Here's your opportunity, Stephen. You got to find a way to score here.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you have somebody that's really playing hard and does something good to get the ball back. You're going to have to capitalize on that error by Butler County and make a basket.
In between the circles, Bree Jones with it. 1:10 left in the third quarter. Lady Cougars trail by 3. They've only scored 2 points in this quarter of play. Jones, free throw line floater, good! The little curl move ends up with points, and it's a 1-point game now, 25-24. Wilson up the near side of the floor, guarded by Green. Coming up the near side, stepping out of bounds. Ball goes towards Grayson County now. Wilson came up right in front of the Butler County bench and just steps right out of bounds. Van Meter into Green. Green will do a handoff pass back to Van Meter, who comes down the near side, goes down, and is bumped and fouled by Wilson. That's going to be her third. Team's fourth, though.
You really would have liked Sutton to just keep going because she had an open lane right there. Go on up and lay it in and try to draw the foul that way.
50.4 on the clock in the third quarter of play. Grayson County will have a chance to inbound underneath of their own basket. We're going to have a sub into the game. It'll be Addison Miller. Perkins will trigger. Into the corner to Van Meter. Up top, pass deflected and taken away by Moore. Fast break opportunity down the left lane. Moore's layup is no good, but she's fouled from behind by Van Meter. That'll be her third, and 2 shots will come for Bailey Moore. She's 4 of 11 from the free throw line this season. As a team, Butler County below 59%. Moore misses the first free throw. 44.7 on the clock. One more coming for the junior Moore. It is good. Nothing but net. Makes it a 2-point game now. 26-24, 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Jones up the near side of the floor. Let's see if you can't run something for Perkins here. She has not scored in this second half of play. It's only been Jones. Jones down the left side, gets the hole up the left side. Basket's good. She'll go to the line.
You know, Sam, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, do you hold it or do you go? That's one of those times where Bree got the girl on her hip and just kept going, did exactly what you want to see. Keep going until they either stop you or they foul you, and they didn't.
Jones going to the free throw line, 92.3% during the 9-game winning streak, and she puts in that free throw there. 27-26, Grayson County retakes the lead with 25 seconds left in the third quarter of play, all off the hand of the 8th grader Bree Jones. Up top to Leach, guarded by Jones. Man-to-man defense here. You got to imagine Butler County's going to want to hold for their final shots. Leach gets a screen. Up top now, guarded by Narvaez. She doesn't have a dribble, though. Gives it to Willoughby. Willoughby with 6 seconds. Drives downhill on the left side. Blocked out of bounds by Van Meter with 4.2 left in the third quarter of play.
This is one of those times, Sam, where you almost hate to have the quarter break right here because the momentum seems to be flowing to our side. Hopefully be able to get a big stop right here and go into the fourth quarter up 1.
Willoughby gets it into Leach. She bobbles the pass with 3 seconds. Leach to the middle. Off-balance shot. Recovered by Willoughby. She does not get it off. And at the end of the third quarter of play, Grayson County leads Butler County 27-26. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day. A movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
(27-26). Grayson County has the lead against Butler County as we head to the final quarter of play. Sam Gormley, Stephen Smith with you. And Stephen, this game has been everything we have thought it would be.
Yeah, like I was saying there, the momentum kind of shifted in the way of the Lady Cougars right here. I would say if you're able to get a couple stops and get a couple back-to-back buckets here in a row, you could see us hopefully be able to pull away a little bit, but we still got a long way to go.
With a win, Lady Cougars, the 1 seed in the 12th district, and would have won 10 straight games. Wilson might have gotten away with an illegal screen up top in the lane. Skaggs' layup is too strong. Wilson's put back too strong as well. Van Meter with a rebound. Mike McClintock calling for his team to push up the near side. Van Meter crosses it to Perkins. 3 on the left side. Way too strong. Narvaez has the rebound. Jump ball, arrow to Grayson. 7:36 left here in the game. It's 27-26.
Really good job by Ella right there, staying down, watching the ball as it came off. Didn't come away with the clean rebound, but was able to get the jump ball.
Left side, Jones swings it off right side into the corner now to Perkins. Perkins in between the circles, left side to Jones. Sydney has only had 3 points. It was a 3 in the first quarter early. Since that point, has not scored, not really taken a ton of shots either. Jones has had the hot hand for the Lady Cougars. She's trapped, double team down to the left block to Narvaez. Spinning shot is off to the left. Rebounded by Skaggs for Butler County. Right idea, just doesn't fall.
Yeah.
27-26. Grayson up by 1 against Butler County. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. On the left side, Leach. Jump pass to Hunt. In on Jones. Back out now to Moore. Moore in on Perkins. They'll give it back up top to Leach, who has it in between the circles. I know, Stephen, when these two teams played back a couple of weeks ago, I said that the 12th district this year is very mucky. Today has been yet another mucky game between all of these teams.
That's just about the only way you can.
Moore, free throw line floater, is missed out of bounds on the rebound off of Narvaez. And honestly, not the worst thing for Narvaez to punch it out of bounds, because Wilson was coming downhill. She would have had an easy putback.
I was thinking the same thing right there, Sam.
Knocking it out is not always the worst thing in the world. Wilson gets it down anyways and goes up with a shot. Basket good. Blankton tried to take a charge on the inside. They do not grant it. Don't call it a block either. And Butler County's retaking the lead now at 28-27 with 6:20 left in the fourth quarter. Grayson County's been in these sequences during this 9-game winning streak. They've had close games, found a way to win it, including in Morgantown. Jones at the right elbow. Crossing it to Blanton in the far side. Up to Perkins. 3, left side. No good. Rebound Jones. Jones goes back up and is hacked by Wilson on the inside. That will be her 4th foul.
Really good job by Bree right there. She knew the contact was coming. She was strong with the ball and went up and made him foul her. And the way she's been shooting free throws lately, you got to really feel good about her going to the line right now.
During the 9-game winning streak, 37 of 40 from the line, including a stretch of 18 in a row made, but she misses that first one.
You said the other night you weren't going to talk about it anymore, and I pulled it out of you. So
I wasn't talking about, she didn't want me to talk about her streak. I didn't say anything about a streak. I just said that she had made 18 in a row a couple of weeks ago. Jones misses the first, makes the second. Tie game, 28-28, under 6 minutes left here in this ball game. Moore on the right side, loses the ball in the corner, diving after, everybody hits the floor, and it'll be a jump ball arrow to the Lady Bears. As
Yeah.
far as timeout-wise, Grayson's got all 5, Butler's got all 4.
Yeah, I was thinking we haven't seen very many timeouts yet, and you would almost think that the coaches would want to take one, but they're letting them play.
Far side, Hunt. Up top on the drive goes Miller. On the drive, way too strong. Narvaez with a rebound.
Really good, strong rebound by Ella that time.
Ava Wilson did go to the bench with those 4 fouls. Let's see how long Lexi Belcher will leave her there. Left side, deep 3 by Perkins. Got it! She knocked it down from Short Creek. A deep 3 for Sydney Perkins. And the Lady Cougs are up 3. 31-28, 5.5 to go.
That's one of those things, no telling how many times over the last few days Coach Belcher has talked about Sydney Perkins not letting her get open, and you know she just cringed whenever she saw her pull up on that one.
And now Butler County throws the ball away. Taylor Leach gives it away. Lexi Belcher wants a timeout. 5:15 to go. Lady Cougs up 3. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
31-28 here with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stephen, you realize something coming out. Butler County head coach Lexi Belcher just kept her 5 starters on the floor. Everyone else remained on the bench. You don't usually see that for a 30-second.
No, it makes you wonder right there. She had a very clear point to give, and she wanted to make sure that all the girls were paying attention, not trying to get a towel or a bottle of water, but wanted all eyes on her. So pretty good coaching there by Coach Belcher.
Jones has it in between the circles for Grayson. They lead by 3 off of the deep 3 by Sydney Perkins, her first point since the first quarter. Hand off to Perkins. Grayson County trying to clinch the #1 seed in the 12th district tournament. They would play Whitesville Trinity, and Butler would face Edmondson. Perkins gives it off to Jones. Jones on the drive, pulls up from 15, got it!
I was really wanting her to keep going right there to get to the lane, but she pulled up and did a really good job knocking down that 15-footer, so good job by Bree.
33-28, 4:38 left in the game. Lady Cougars up by 5. Uncle Mo is wearing white right now. Down to Skaggs on the left block. Basket good. That quiets the Grayson County crowd. Skaggs has been that player today for Butler.
Yep. Yeah, with Wilson being in foul trouble, being on the bench, you have to give credit to Skaggs really stepping up and doing a good job.
Right side Blanton. Bounce pass to Narvaez on the right block. Layup missed, but she was hacked by Skaggs. That's her 4th. Butler County now foul trouble. Wilson with 4, Skaggs with 4. Grayson County, it's 3 fouls Van Meter, 3 fouls Perkins. That's the foul trouble this game. Ella to the line to shoot 2. 74% on the season for the junior. She has drastically improved at that, but the first one is no good.
I don't know which one passed it to her that time, if it was Isabel or Sutton out here on the wing, but they did exactly what they should have done. They waited for the play to develop when Ella was coming open right there and got her a good open look and got her to draw the foul.
Got to get one, and she does. Makes it a 2-possession game, 34-30, 4:10 left in the fourth quarter. What a game it's been here at the Cougar Den. One more still to come. Skaggs on the right block, goes up over top of Narvaez. It's off the side of the backboard, rebounded by Jones for Grayson, and then she's fouled, and if it's on Skaggs, that's 5, and it appears that it is. It is. Anne-Marie Skaggs fouls out of the game with 9 points, and Stephen, that's huge.
That's one of those frustration fouls right there, Sam, and you really hate to see it because she had played such a great game. She got her shot blocked down on the baseline and then reaches out and kind of does a little bit of a petty foul there, if you will. Really hate to see her, if you're a Butler County fan, come out of the game because she's done great tonight.
And Lexi Belcher's pretty much message to her was, what are you doing fouling right there?
Yep.
Perkins on that far side of the floor. Under 4 minutes left in this game. It is 34-30. Right side, Blanton for the Lady Cougars. Blanton takes one dribble into the corner to Jones. Lady Cougars up by 4. Never know when they might go into more of the stall ball. It doesn't necessarily matter. You just got to find a way to win this game if you're Grayson. Jones curls around at the free throw line. She spins down the right side, and the basket's no good, but she'll go back to the line after being fouled.
I think Butler County maybe wanted to carry right there when she came around the corner, and maybe I don't know if one of the girls for Butler County got in and smacked it a little bit, but a good job by Bree again. Keep going until they foul you, and that's exactly what she did.
Maddie Jones, her first free throw, good by Bree Jones. It hits off the back of the iron and drops right through. Sometimes when you got it going on, Stephen, you just got it going on.
Yeah, and a good job by Bree right there. Back off the line, turned around, took a deep breath, looked at the scoreboard, steps up. It's going to make this second one.
And she does. 15 points for Bree Jones. Timeout, 30-second timeout by Mike McClintock. Grayson County leads 36-30 with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left here in this fourth quarter of play. And I'm sure, Stephen, this is probably Mac saying, good defense, let's make our free throws, and let's celebrate a district regular season championship.
Yeah, definitely right now the things that he's probably talking about is things that you always should be doing, but you just want to reiterate that to the girls right now. You got to be strong with the ball because if the clock begins to tick down, you're going to start seeing Butler County start fouling a little bit. So you got to be really strong with it. You got to be mentally focused and be ready to step up and hit your free throws. So I'm going to look right now for the Cougars whenever the Lady Bears are able to get a shot up. You got to go to the boards really hard right here and be really strong with the ball.
Are you surprised Ava Wilson is still on the bench for Butler County, down 6?
I'm sure different coaches have different philosophies. I guess I'm kind of under the impression that you are going to have to ride your best.
Jump ball. Della Narvaez rips it away from Maddie Jones. And the ball will head back towards Grayson County.
That's probably a factor right there of Jones just not quite being in the game and getting into the flow yet, and Ella was able to take advantage of that.
That's why I'm very curious to see how long Lexi Belcher can afford to keep Ava Wilson, their leading scorer, on the bench with those 4 fouls.
Yeah,
I don't know she can do much more.
To finish that thought, I think for me, you got to have your best players on the floor. If she fouls out, she fouls out. But
Jones gets a screen from Narvaez on the left wing. Jones spins around, bounce pass to Narvaez over top. The right-handed floater does not fall. Rebounded by Jones for Butler County, and now we're going to have a jump ball. The arrow will head towards Butler.
Man, I really don't know how that one stayed out, Sam. It looked like it hit every piece of the rim and then just rolled off right on the front.
Basketball is a cruel game sometimes.
Absolutely.
Into Taylor Leach. Curls around this near side of the floor. Grayson County up by 6, 3 minutes left in the game. Leach has it poked away. She loses it and just lost it herself. Ball headed back to Grayson.
I think everybody suspected maybe Brewery got a handle on that, but I didn't see it. Good call by the ref.
And no one on the Butler County bench complained at all,
right,
which usually means it's probably the right call, and it happened right in front of them. Bailey Moore back in. Still Ava Wilson on the bench with those 4 fouls with 3 minutes to go. I'm surprised. I think this is the time you got to bring her in.
Yeah, I guess I am too, Sam, because you really think.
Perkins loses it, gains it back, swings it off left side to Narvaez. Narvaez on the take, down the left side, blocked by the rim, though, on the shot. Good idea, just a little too far underneath of it. Butler County's got the ball, 2:43, and right on cue, Wilson's going to come to the bench and come to check in. Leach, ball fake, drives down, loses it, taken away by Narvaez on the inside, flips it off to Van Meter, and I think this is where you want to even slow it down unless you get an early shot. Blankton has it in the far corner, back up to Van Meter, and now this is where you start running your offense.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be so lucky that Sydney's going to be able to touch the ball, and if she does, it's going to be in a place where she can't score.
Jones down the left side, gets the whole layup, no good, too strong, rebounded by Willoughby for Butler County with 2:10 to go. Willoughby curling through, poked out by Narvaez, and that'll allow for Wilson to check in the game with 2:09 left. It is 36-30. Grayson County leads by 6. Lady Cougars, 9 straight wins, trying to make it 10 straight, but more importantly, clinch the #1 seed in the 12th district tournament. 3 by Moore, top side, hits off the front of the iron. Rebound put back by Miller is good. No one got a body on her, and Miller puts it in.
Yeah, that's why everybody has to block out every single time, because Miller did a really good job to go right there and get that rebound and put it back in.
Perkins up top, keeps the dribble going, and Miller fouls her about twice before coming, and I think Miller ends up getting hit in the chin after the play.
Fouls on Butler County's number 32. Addison Miller, that's her first, team 5th.
It's only her first, team's 5th. Steve, I'll be honest, I'm not really sure why Butler County fans are up on that. That was.
They may be arguing that the disparity is 5-0, but I mean, like you said, she fouled her twice before they ever called it.
Sydney to the line to shoot 2, 73%. It's good. I always hate that too. And listen, Grayson County fans do the same thing. Just because if you watch the game sometimes, could it be 5-1, 5-2? Sure, but I think most of the fouls have been on Butler County's side as Sydney puts in both free throws. She's got 8, 38-32, under 2 to go.
That's what I was going to say, Sam. You got your senior on the line with the last district game that she'll play in the regular season. You got to expect her to step up there and make 2 big free throws, and she did.
Willoughby up the far side. 10 seconds is the call. Ball heads back to Grayson.
Wow. Not much opposition from the bench. We got some fans that didn't really like it, but
they haven't liked any of them, though.
That's a good point.
Perkins loops it into the backcourt. Now Steven up 6 with 90 seconds about left. Make your free throws, and you almost can't lose.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start fouling here pretty quick, and if they don't, just dribble it out.
It's 1 pro to not having the shot clock. Van Meter will hand it off to Perkins, and Coach Mack wants a timeout. He's going to make it be just of the 30 seconds. No, he's going to change it to a full. We'll take it with him. 1:26 to go. Lady Cougs up by 6. It's Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Some days are just better than others.
I think you should go talk to someone.
It's not that easy.
Dietary.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
1 minute, 26 seconds left in the game. Grayson County leads 38-32 against the Butler County Lady Bears. Sam and Steven back with you. Had a good game, Steven.
Yeah, it has been. And right here again, I'm sure Coach Mack was reiterating, you got to be strong, and when they foul you, you got to be ready to hit your free throws.
Perkins gives it into the backcourt to Van Meter. This is always where I like to. You look up and down that bench and you say, hey, Addie Spainhauer, you don't play a lot, but you going to make your free throws? Then let's put you in the game. Blanton at that left elbow. Thought about driving, and instead it's going to be fouled by Moore. And Isabel will go to the line to shoot 2. Lady Cougars in the double bonus. The arrow is in favor of Grayson.
I really like that cut that Izzy did right there, where she came in and made them stop her in the lane. And then when she turned back around is when they fouled her, and quite possibly they could have sagged off and she could have got an open shot.
76% from the line. First one good for the junior Isabel Blanton, who I know when she was an 8th grader. When she was an 8th grader, Coach Ted Hill, she came into a district game, played really well. I asked him about her, and he said she's in the oven. She's starting to come out.
Yeah, really good job again right there. You've got an upperclassman step up to the free throw line and knock down 2.
Wilson back into the game. 1 minute left. Grayson County leads by 8, 40-32. You can start to feel it. Leach 3 left side. The bank's not open. Rebound Jones for Grayson County. Jones is then fouled by Moore. For Moore, that is going to be her 3rd, and Bree Jones will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. She's got 15 in the game. And again, Steven, just make your free throws and start thinking about Muhlenberg County tomorrow night. First one good. Last time Lady Cougars won 10 straight, 2015. Been almost a decade.
And like we talked about, that was a pretty good team.
Indeed. Both of them good for Jones. She's got 17, one off of a career high.
This is a time where you almost want to see a little bit of a token pressure just so they can't bring up the ball unopposed right there, and you saw Bree pick her up.
Wilson off the right side, fouled, basket good, and that's not what you want.
No, you have to believe that Butler County is going to be going to Wilson right now, so you just simply got to do a great job on her, even looking at double-teaming her as quick as she is able to establish any position whatsoever down the lane.
Wilson will go back to the stripe. I guess we're going to have some offense-defense substitutions here. I was wondering why we were waiting.
And I don't know if I would even do that with Wilson right now.
And the basket's good for her because she's such a good rebounder, but they are going to take her out of the game. But I don't think you can afford to lose her, as it's a 7-point game. Grayson County has the lead.
Yeah, this is one of those times where your people that are going to be trying to get the ball inbound, you got to make good, strong, crisp cuts. Got to remember you've got a free.
And 5 seconds is called.
Just getting ready to say you have to remember you've got a timeout in your back pocket.
You've got 3
right
of them.
there. Yeah.
And that's where, Coach Mack has also got to say, hey, we can't take them with us tomorrow night to Greenville. They don't work there.
That's exactly right.
Mike Harper makes sure of it. I like Coach Harper, so I'll say that. I don't know that he knows who I am, but Coach, if you're watching, hope you're having a good night. Wilson in the corner. Spin move. Goes up. Nice defense on the inside. Rebound. Put back. Missed on the inside. Second chance fouled is Miller. She'll go to the stripe, and honestly, that's probably who you want to foul. If there's somebody you foul, Miller, who's below 41%, is probably the player you want. Blanton picks up her 3rd foul, but also just get the rebound.
But also, Sam, you got to believe her being a senior right now. She knows how important these 2 free throws are, but misses the first one.
Misses the first free throw.
I was just looking down at the bench and thinking, I wonder if you would come back with Allie Jennings right here for more rebounding on the inside, and she comes in to replace Isabel Blanton. Big box out right here for the Lady Cougars.
And it's no good. Misses them both. Van Meter finds the loose ball. 42-35. Grayson County has the lead with 30 seconds left. And a handoff pass to Jones as Van Meter hits the deck. Tell you what, Steven, when Bailey Moore fouls, she fouls.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything malicious.
No, Sutton may have sold that one a little bit too. I don't know that she fouled her hard enough to take her to the ground, but nonetheless, we're going to the line for 2 free throws here.
The bodies have hit the floor today.
Yes, and we expected that.
First one good by Van Meter. Lady Cougars, you can start to feel it.
You know, Sam, you see the last couple times Wilson has been subbing with Hunt. This time she subs for Miller after she missed those 2 free throws.
Van Meter gets the roll on the second one. She moves into double figures with 10 points, 27-22. As it's Leach up the near side of the floor with 20 seconds. Timeout, Butler County, 22.1 left in the game. I believe it's going to have to be a full by Lexi Belcher. I don't believe she has 30-second timeouts remaining. It is going to be a full, but it's interesting. She's doing the same thing where she's only really keeping her starters out onto the floor. We do want to say really quick before I forget, Stephen, because I'm going to forget this. We want to invite, remind you to tune in between the games. We're going to be giving away a 2-pack of game tickets and a $10 concession stand credit to a future Cougar game. All you're going to have to do is text our keyword to our text line, and we'll let you know what that keyword is. You can write the phone number down now. That's 270-259-6000, and one lucky winner will be entered into get the $10 concession stand credit and a 2-pack of game tickets. And I will say this, our winners from Friday didn't respond to the text message for me to set this up for you. So if you entered last week,
we've got prizes to give.
We've got it for you. Make sure you check your phone and see if you got a response back from the message. It's not fake. It's real.
A lot of scams going on right now, but not tonight here on K105. We are giving away 2 tickets to a future game. And also, depending on how much you love basketball, that $10 concession stand voucher might be just as important for somebody. Valentine's Day coming up. Might be able to treat your Valentine to maybe some nachos or a hot dog here at the concession stand.
Oh, listen, I'm sure every Valentine wants that. Into the corner to Moore. Bounce pass inside to Wilson. She loses it, gains it back. Blocked by Narvaez. Taken away by Van Meter. And Grayson County they're not going to foul. Perkins up the near side. Moore's trying to foul. I don't think she got the message that they're not trying to foul anymore. 5 seconds on the clock, and now the foul will come, and Van Meter will go to the line with 4.1 on the clock. The Lady Cougars have won 10 straight games. They are the number 1 seed in the district tournament, as that's the 5th foul on Bailey Moore. She'll foul out with 1 point. Van Meter will go back to the line.
I wanted to hold off, Sam, but can I go ahead and say it?
What's that?
The word that you need to text to
Oh, not yet,
K105?
not yet.
Okay.
In between the games.
Okay, in between the games.
In between the games. First free throw by Van Meter is good. She's got 11.
Sam, really speaks well for the team tonight to step up with this high emotions in this game. Unfortunately, the crowd's not really gotten into it that much, but the Cougars have just done a phenomenal job of stepping up to the free throw line and knocking them down as Sutton Van Meter goes and knocks in 2.
Here comes Butler County. Leach will not even take a shot. The Lady Cougars have clinched the number 1 seed in the 12th District Tournament, and it's a special number 10 for the Orange and Blue. They've won 10 straight games. They defeat Butler County by a final score of 46-35. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors. In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready. Because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike, or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
The Grayson County Lady Cougars have clinched the number 1 seed in the district tournament. They have won 10 straight with a 46-35 win against Butler County here tonight at the Cougar Den. Stephen, that's a pretty good win for the Orange and Blue.
Yeah, it really was, Sam. You know, it was like you were talking about, as all of the district games seem to have been just, I'm going to use your word, mucky. Seemed like they just probably like they're playing outside in the rain tonight and in the mud. But any time, again, that you can come away with a big district win, and like you said tonight, that's solidifying the regular season championship, getting the first seed in the district tournament here in a couple weeks. It was a big win.
Longest win streak since 2015. We'll talk to Coach Mack after this. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really
.org/podiatry.
This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Grayson County defeats Butler County 46-35. Sam and Steven now joined by Coach Mack. And Coach, you are the #1 seed in the 12th district tournament. How's that sound?
That sounds great. I'm so happy for the girls, especially the way they played. And I mean, they played hard. Like the first half, you know, about 2.5 quarters, we were kind of non-existent. And then I thought we picked it up. I thought Bree really got us going there in the third quarter with some big buckets getting to the rim and distributing the ball where it needed to go. So I was really happy there in the third quarter with her. And then I thought we all hit our free throws down the line in the second half when we had to keep the lead and so forth. So credit to them, you know. Got 2 in double figures and almost 3 of them in double figures. So, you know, I'm happy with that. So, we're, you know, everybody's scoring, sharing the ball, getting the ball to good places. Our rebounding was terrible the first half. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Was that your message to them at halftime?
Yeah. In a roundabout, yes, it was.
It's kind of funny, Coach. We were talking about that, and Sam always asked me what's my strategy to the game. One of the first things I said was rebounding.
Yeah.
Wilson is just a phenomenal player for her age. Really knows how to use her body really good. But one of the things I noticed in the first half, it seemed like when they were scoring, it was more on a breakdown or in a fast break. Our defensive rotation in the half court really looked good, really all night.
Yeah.
And I think that's a tribute to the girls of just locking down and doing a good job.
I mean, I look and I see that the Leach girl only had 5 points, and they was all in the first quarter. I mean, I thought like you said, our rotations were good. I mean, I can't complain about our defense. What you said is 47-36?
46-35.
46-35, so 35 points, you know, and they only had 15 at the half. So I was really happy with our defense. And, you know, I got to give kudos to Coach Jones because I know he's probably listening, and, you know, I know what he does. I'll go in there, he'll give me a hard time. But I got to give him kudos. He's really talked to me about a 2-2-1, and we went to it tonight. the first time we showed it all year, and we did a good job out of it.
I think I even noticed that, and I was a little bit intrigued by that. It wasn't one that I'd seen you do. There's a couple of players really stand out, but I think you touched on it with Bree. You know, first half for her wasn't necessarily the greatest first half of play. I know there were even one or two times where you took her out and you put Peyton in instead. But then for her to turn around and do what she did in the second half, I mean, in that third quarter, she was your offense.
Yeah, I think she, got a wake-up call, while she was out there and then at halftime. So we played, Peyton come in there and gave us, I know it wasn't a lot of time, but she did a good job. And, I can't ask much more out of our bench. I told Kennedy, she didn't play as much as she had been the last couple of games, but she was over there encouraging her teammates, and that means a lot to a coach. When a girl isn't getting the same minutes she's gotten before, but she's over there encouraging them, coming to the huddle, and I'm really proud of all of them.
Coach, I'm always looking whenever I'm watching a game, whether it's live or at home, I'm always looking when it's a really tightly contested game like what we had. I'm looking for that play that is the defining moment of the play. For us this time, Sydney hits a three with 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Big three.
We go down and get a stop. Bree comes back and hits a pull-up jumper at the elbow. And really for us from there, it was downhill. Sydney stepping up and didn't have the best scoring night, but hitting the buckets whenever we needed her to.
Yeah, and she played, they all played good defense, but I thought Sid played really good defense tonight. And then she helped out on the boards. I mean, like first half, we didn't have any offensive rebounds and only had 5 defensive rebounds. And we were ahead, I believe, 20-15. So, that means our defense is doing its job except for the rebounding part.
Tomorrow, you've got 10 straight. You could go for 11. You could make the trip to Muhlenberg County. Coach Harper, I know, does a fantastic job down there.
He's a great coach.
He's been down there for almost 30 years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been down there a long time. It's a tough place to play. Stewart, I know, is a handful and a half.
Yeah.
She's a very talented player. How do you go for 11? Since we won't be with you, we'll be here with the boys.
Well, we're going to try to play the same way we've been playing, take care of the ball. We need to take care of the ball better. We had 11 turnovers at the half. I don't know what it ended up, but if we take care of the ball and we play defense like we're playing it right now, we'll be okay, I believe.
Coach, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Congrats on the #1 win. Congrats on 10 in a row, and we will talk to you on Friday.
All righty. Thank you.
That's Coach Mack. The Lady Cougars win today. If you're watching on K105 Digital Productions, our stream will end and a new one will begin. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105. Outro first. Congrats.